Dear friends, we are still in the corona period, and corona is not going to go away that easily. Experts say that we have to expect coronavirus impact in the coming days as well. So the best way is to learn to live with coronavirus and find solutions, whatever way possible, to overcome this together. Together, that's important. And in the the corona crisis has affected many sectors, and the worst affected sector is education. Therefore today I am going to reflect with you something about education in India. Maybe post corona schools we can reflect upon. In a briefly I will share a few things. Now look at India, our country, especially in the education sector. This is a very crucial time for us. In fact, board examinations, nursery school admission to other classes, entrance test of various universities and competitive examination, and among others are all held up during this period. As the days pass by, with no immediate solution to stop the outbreak of the COVID-19, schools and universities closure will not only have a short-term impact on the continuity of learning for more than 285 million young learners in India. 285 million children are affected. And it also has a far-reaching economic and social impact. Economic impact we are seeing. Millions of people have started either coming back from outside, those who are working in other countries. After job loss, they are coming back to our country, and within the country we have seen millions of guest workers, as the Kerala Chief Minister says, guest workers, others will call migrant workers, are returning back to their places, and many of them are still stranded in their places without food, water. They are walking thousands and thousands of kilometers on foot, and that's the situation we are faced with. So economic impact is very severe going to be. They say Indian economy is in doldrums. We are going to face the worst ever recess in the coming days. And we have in the education sector now, we started this online classes immediately, because children are at home, no classroom teaching possible, so children are always at home. So what to do? The only way to teach them is through online. But then there is a hurdle. For example, only a handful of our elite schools, the city schools, may be able to teach online for everybody successfully. The low-income private schools and also the counterparts in government schools, etc., are completely shut down, and their children are unable to access the e-learning solutions. This is a reality. We must accept the reality. The students, in addition to the missed opportunities for learning, no longer have the access to healthy meal, for example, the midday meal, etc., which used to give them strength, nutrition, that also is gone. So therefore, economic and social stress is a reality our students are faced with. And when we look at the students who are studying in the higher education sector, many of them, lakhs and lakhs of students have gone abroad to seek admission and studying there for MBBS, engineering, MBA and other studies. But then they have to come back because it is a global phenomenon. US is affected so badly, UK affected, Italy affected, or Spain, Australia, China, many countries where our students used to look for admission. Russia, for example, they're all coming back. Many such students have now been barred from leaving their own countries also. If the situation persists, my dear brothers and sisters, in the long run, a decline in the demand of international higher education is expected. And therefore, we need to look for new ways and means within the country. The bigger concern is economic recession and the unemployment rate. The Center for Monitoring Indian Economics is estimates on unemployment is this way. That is 8.4% of unemployment in the mid-March has risen to 23% in the early April. That means 15 days you see the jump in the unemployment from 8.4 to 23%. It's not a small number. And also the urban unemployment rate is 30.9%. Almost 31% of people are unemployed in the urban areas. It's going to have social repercussions. With regards to the schooling, another area we must pay attention to is our teachers. Our teachers were accustomed to chalk-talk teaching model. Now there is a sudden shift from chalk-talk teaching model to one driven by technology, the online. Social media platform must be used. We are using YouTube to put up classes, etc., and so on. So there is a technological shift has come. So there is a disruption in the education sector. The traditional methods have to change, and therefore I think 4 or 5 areas we need to look into when we talk about online classes. Number one is the immediate measure are essential. That is for private, aided, government, non-aided, all the schools and universities must pay attention. Number one is open source digital learning solutions, and learning management software should be adopted so teachers can conduct teaching online. The Government of India has come out with a beautiful concept called a platform called Diksha platform, with reach across all the states in the country, and I think it has to reach out to all the students all over. Number two is we need to pay attention to this aspect, that is inclusive learning solutions have to be given, especially for the marginalized and the vulnerable people. We need to develop such a platform. I think many aspirational districts have been initiated innovative mobile-based learning models for effective delivery of education, which can be adopted by others. We must look this option seriously in the coming days. So the first and second, which I said, that the challenges we face is this: rural and poor children may not have adequate gadgets to study. For example, in a family, there may be only one Android mobile or one laptop, but there are 3 children studying in the school in different classes. How will they study? Because the classes will be on same time. Who will get it? One of them will be able to, others will be distracted, others will be disturbed. So this problem is there. 80% of our rural children do not have proper internet access. I have seen in Jharkhand and so on, still people are using that old model, small mobile set. They don't have the Android set, etc. So our children are completely deprived of this system. Large number of our children do not have study room away from distractions. Sometimes may have only one room or 2 rooms, and many people, guest will be, or somebody is talking, or in a joint family system, somebody will be playing, small kids will be shouting, so the distractions will be more. Malnutrition is a serious problem for many children. People are not healthy. There is difficulty children faced with. So these are the two, the first and second problems which I face. These are the challenges we need to look into. The third major area is strategies are required to prepare the education sector for the evolving demand supply trends across the globe, particularly those related to the global mobility of students and faculty and improving the quality of and demand for higher studies in India. Further, immediate measures are required to mitigate the effects of the pandemic on job offers, internship programs and research projects. This I learned from Niti Aayog. Recently they prepared one article and I read that article, and that gives this way. The fourth point we need to look into is Our current pedagogical methods in the school and even higher education sector has to change. And how are we going to impact the children's all-round development in and through e-learning classes? How are you going to touch the emotions and feelings of the children? How are you going to give inspiration by touching the hearts of the children in and through the online classes? Or are we only worried providing information and developing the brain of the children? It's a huge challenge for us. And the fifth point is, we need to teach our children global citizenship education, not the parochial. See, coronavirus has made one thing clear. It has made us that we are all one. We cannot be simply with so narrow-minded, parochial, regionalistic. We need to come together as one human family. That's what it is. So therefore, we need to think this is a great opportunity for us in front of us, that we teach our children global citizenship education. Jesuits have started internationally the Global Citizenship Project. Even in India, we have taken up in a larger level. I think that has to be a great thrust in our education sector in the coming days. That is what we can do in the post-corona school education system. Now we need, in summary, I say this way, we need to have a cyclic education in emergencies. For example, we are faced with this problem. The only way is to prepare. So in our education sector, the first thing we must understand is we must prepare. We must enable us to cope up with the situation, and we also recover this impact, the shocks which we have been mentioning the area. So this cyclic has to prepare, cope, recover, prepare, cope, recover. This cyclic approach has to be done in our education in the coming days. This is what even the UNESCO says. UNESCO is asking us. So I think I'll conclude here with a few remedies for us, because we need to think practically also. What are we going to do in the education sector in the coming days? Number one is, see, we need not be in India, especially the education sector in India, should not start at a stretch all the classes. School reopening means from KG to PG. No. We need to start. The school level means maximum 9 to 12 may start in a phased manner. And that too, in the school also there should be a restriction of number coming in and going. And therefore we need to have what we call shift wise, maybe in a class 30 students or 20 students coming in at a time and another 20 later. That has to be adjusted. That only the school management will know what is better with the consultation of the local administration, etc. Class timing has to be adjusted, number has to be adjusted, and students should be also, if possible, give a tablet. At least ask them to carry a tablet, etc., rather than carrying all the books and so on. Avoid maximum what do we call maximum carrying all these books, etc., and spreading the sickness. It's better to have one notebook pad or one tablet, etc. Schools should have also tie up with the mobile service provider and so on, so that the special package of data service may be subscribed on the tabs. School can definitely connect with such opportunities, such people, such agents. They will help you. Increase the load of homework and projects, etc., for the students, so that they were at home, they will be engaged in studies. Students to attend to the classes attentively, because the shortest period is the online classes. That let them attend properly and give them more homework based on that one. So teachers must be very, very skillful in giving the 20 minutes class. Means the 20 minutes must be a learning process for the children. Therefore, the teachers have to rethink of the entire methodology. And in the schools, what are the advantage of this? Suppose we follow all these things, it will be reduced time to exposure at school, avoid crowd at the start and end of each shift in school campus, managing the students in the school, in maintaining the school distance, social distancing, or what we call physical distancing is possible, and so on. There are many advantages, because in this current situation we need to take drastic steps of this sort. Students should not be taxed too much in the classroom, but while they are at home, give them good homework so that they may continue to study. We can see many other safety measures we need to follow. I think every student shall wear mask and carry a small bottle of sanitizer. Each student shall bring his snack or food from home. Exchange of food, book, pencil, pen and any items should be strictly prohibited. Each student shall maintain physical distancing or social distancing. A violation of such should be taken seriously. Thermal scanning for each student may be done at the school gate itself before they enter into the campus. Sanitizing the class and school campus 2 times at least may be ensured with the help of the local authorities, civic authorities. I think every school shall update its health status and the status of his residential to the class teacher. Every student has to tell the teacher this health status, etc. We can I have already seen a format for children to fill up, etc., so that the school will be aware of the status of health of the child, etc. Students, if the residential area status changes to containment area, then the school should not bring those children to school. And the parents are supposed to inform the schools about the changes that are happening, etc. We may take this opportunity to capitalize the change, the mode of our model of education, where more thrust is given to learning and subject and scoring on syllabus oriented curriculum, into a new method of imparting education, which also gives thrust to learn and develop a necessary civic, personal values and social life skills. I think these are essential to follow in our schools in the post-corona time. Otherwise, we will not be able to face this onslaught of the virus successfully. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you.